welcome to another video from the Nerds of the Square Table. I am Tony and I am playing a game called Dwarf Fortress. Now Dwarf Fortress is, at its basic, it's kind of a simulation game, but there's a lot more to it than that. You start off with 7 dwarves and you have to build a fortress for them to live in, and you will get attacked eventually by goblin invasions and giant monsters and various stuff. The Dwarf Fortress game simulates an entire fantasy world, so there are quite a few things that can come up and attack you, and it's all randomly generated, much like other games such as Minecraft. For those of you who have played Dwarf Fortress before, I am using the Iron Hand graphic set. The main reason for using the graphic set for this Let's Play is to make it readable on YouTube. If you've seen some videos on YouTube of people who played the game in the default ASCII tile set, the video compression, especially at lower quality options, means you can't read anything, even if you understand what the symbols mean. And the second reason is to make it easier for people who haven't played the game to understand what's going on. Because even though people who have played the game before for quite a while might understand the ASCII symbols, people who are new to it will have no clue what's going on. If you don't install the graphic set and you play this game yourself, it's going to look something like The Matrix at first. So, with that out of the way, I am playing the latest version with mostly default settings. The one change I have made is I have turned aquifers off because they're just annoying and get in your way. And I will be using 2 additional programs during this Let's Play. The first is Dwarf Therapist, which is on screen now. And there's not a lot to show there because the game's not actually playing yet, but this is basically a program that makes it a lot easier to control which dwarves do what, because the in-game interface for it is not very good. And the second is Stone Sense. This is a program which gives a 3D-ish overview of your fort. It's basically an isometric view, and when it's running, that can kind of help to visualize some of the stuff that are built a bit better. But we won't be using that one for a while till we have something more than a hole in a mountain. So moving back to Dwarf Fortress, I'm now going to generate a new world, and we'll see what we come up with. Dwarf Fortress is still in alpha, and it's been in alpha for quite a few years, and it's been in development for quite a while. It is stable if you want to play it, and it's also free, but obviously there are bugs. The main reason it's in alpha is because the developers have a lot of stuff planned for the game, and they haven't finished most of it yet. So, creating a world, I'm going to put world size on medium. To be honest, you don't even need it that high. The worlds are huge to begin with, and you only start on a small area. That will mostly affect you if you play in the adventure mode, which we are not playing. We are playing the fortress mode. The next thing is I'm going to turn the world history down to short. This has 2 effects on the game. The first is the world is going to have more monsters in it, because the longer the history, the higher chance that the randomly generated heroes will have killed them all off. So obviously that's a lot more fun in our game if we get attacked by, say, a dragon as opposed to just a band of bandits. Number of civilizations, sites, beasts and savagery, I'm going to leave on the default settings, and I'm going to turn the mineral occurrence up from sparse to frequent, just because a fortress, if you don't get any metal you can build weapons out of, the game gets very tedious and you basically have to trade elves for all your metal, or else you have to melt down goblin armor, which can take time to build up quite a supply. So with that in mind, it's now going to generate our world. Apparently the name of it has been decided as Alurid, which means the windy universes. This is showing up in the top right. Well, it was, but now it's showing specific places on the map as it generates cities. Now, the world generation can take a lot of time, especially around year 80 or so. It starts to get a lot slower because there's a lot more things in the world at that stage. And yeah, I'll be back when this finishes generating.